Hi guys, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Natasha.
And we were wondering,
are you free for coffee?
A Florida man says he's been paying $2,500 a month in rent living with his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
But he recently found out that she has a $106 housing voucher. So the apartment is in her name and she only pays $106 for the apartment.
But he's been giving her $2,500.
So the internet had some things to say.
Mm-hmm. And it's divided.
Yes. I think that she has an entrepreneurial spirit.
I agree.
And that's what being a landlord is.
Facts.
Your house could be paid off. I have friends whose parents left them homes that are paid for, and they don't let anybody live there free.
Facts.
Those people could be paying $2,500 a month.
And obviously that was the market value.
Right. So he didn't think anything about it.
So, okay.
And, we don't know, they didn't break down what the $2,500 is for. We don't know. He could have been paying on the, the electric,
water, gas,
water,
electric,
the
internet,
groceries. Yeah. We don't know how it broke down, but he was living there. It's under her name. So the risk is all hers.
Yes.
And if he could get out, you can move whenever you get ready and put the $2,500, you can spend just $1,000 or whatever. I don't know.
We don't know the rent in that
where
area,
in Florida they live, how much stuff costs. But honestly, I didn't have a problem with it.
So y'all know I'm an entrepreneur. So in my head, I was like, but she's your landlord. And anywhere I've ever paid, it's never been worth what I paid.
Well, and it's retail, baby. You buy it wholesale and you sell it retail. So I buy it for $1 and I'm gonna sell it to you for $5.
Mm-hmm. Then baby Sam Walton perfected.
That's it, because I'm gonna make some money. I have shipping costs. I have overhead. I got to pay my people and turn the lights on and all the things. So that's the cost of doing business.
Now I want to say this because there are some of you that are thinking, oh my gosh, like how could she? I want to lay out some things for you to think about, right? Like this is just me in the middle. I'm in the middle of the road. He lived with her for 5 years. You had 5 years to find other living arrangements if you didn't like the living arrangements. Ultimately, what she is paying for the place is irrelevant. He saw fit to pay $2,500 in exchange for living there. And he's done so for 5 years. If it was that big of an issue, he could have found his own place. They are not married. This is his girlfriend. He lived there for 5 years. One of my first thoughts when I saw it and sent it to Lisa. I was like, girl, did you see this? But my first thought was, he probably has an eviction or something on his record that makes it harder for him to get his own place. Now, maybe he does not, but people I have known in my personal life, they always live with a girl. I'm like, man, you don't like living alone? What is it? Nah, it ain't that. And then I find out they have some credit history issues. They have been negligent in paying their bills on time, because that's kind of what credit can sometimes, at a certain age, credit just tells me if you do what you say you're going to do. Mm-hmm. So they have some credit score issues, rental history issues. They have an eviction. They have multiple evictions, because even for second chance apartments, you can only have so many. You can't get evicted every time.
It can't be a habit.
It can't be a habit. So my thing was, at any point in time, he could have found a place to live by himself, but instead he chose to live with her. This is what he chose to pay. That's, to me, I'm not seeing the issue in terms of, but if you don't like it, go pay somewhere else.
Yeah, because he probably wouldn't get it for 106. I mean, I don't know, but
probably not.
Yeah, I guess that's what he was mad about. Like, she should have passed the savings on to him. Like, really? So just have you living there and she assume all the
and I feel like
expense. And then
didn't it say that she had children? That was how she got the voucher. She had children.
I didn't read all that.
Well,
and to me, that's irrelevant. I mean, it doesn't matter. If she's taking on the risk, the apartment's in her name.
That's right.
So either you pay what she's asking or you don't. I mean, the widget that I bought for $1 and I'm trying to sell to you for $5, you don't have to buy it.
That's true.
Go get the $4 widget or the $3 widget, or don't get a widget.
But it's your world.
If you want to do business with me, this is the cost.
I agree.
And this is what I'm charging. So that's her. And also, if they were in a relationship, while I don't feel that she owed him, the savings, I do feel that he ought to kick in on some stuff like,
he lives with her.
Right. There's groceries, there's expenses, there's cleaning, there's, all the things that it costs to live, internet, TV, and maybe, this is my contribution to the household. I don't have a problem with that. And I'd have a problem if she wasn't taking enough.
Yes. Which we see over and over again. Oh, he's been living with me for free?
For free. And all he has to offer is a hoo-ha with a gold plated with a whistle on it. And everybody's got one of those.
I like my money.
Just saying.
Thanks. No, thank you.
So
eating my food. Right. You know how I feel about that. I have too many siblings, y'all. So don't touch my cereal.
So I really don't have a problem with it. I don't feel like she owed him anything.
Now I think it was
for
smart.
her. I mean, I think she's a great entrepreneur.
And people were online. They were like, oh, she probably don't have a penny saved. You don't know that. And you know what? I'm going to say this. And even if she don't, for 5 years, her kids have had somewhere to stay. And she knew there was enough money.
And they were eating and they had all the
because one of his payments really paid your rent out for the year.
Well, yeah. And like I said, air conditioning in Florida. We know they need air conditioning.
Yeah. It's like Texas, honey.
Gas and internet and all the things it costs to run a household. So if she just did that with it, which it probably took all of that, honestly, all the
which
stuff.
I'm not upset about.
So he was living there too.
And again,
and she didn't have a voucher for all that. Now let's face it, if she had the 106, but you add those other things onto it, laundry, just all of it.
How much is it?
I'm sure it was $2,500.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
And the thing is, if you don't like it, go somewhere else.
Yeah, and pay your own.
Go.
That's an option.
What's your mama say? Every woman need her own kitchen. So that's really, to me, that's what it is.
If you don't like it, you could go somewhere else.
If you choose to live with someone.
So he wasn't complaining for 5 years. So he just feeling some kind of way, I guess, because he found out, that was smart of her to keep it. This show she shouldn't have, I don't know how he found out.
Oh, something came to the door.
In the mail.
To the door, in the mail, something like that.
Well,
yeah, they were saying that was, because someone was like, how did he find it?
Get your own, baby. That's all there is to it. I don't have a problem with that.
Again, she's your landlord. She's your landlord.
You know what? Any man that has a problem with it is a problem. Because if he felt some kind of way, like I'm contributing too much, that's a problem.
That's a problem.
Instead of just like,
especially when for 5 years you ain't got your own place.
Here's the money and do what you need to do with it.
Right.
Like, because we need all these services,
all these amenities, all these services. Yes.
And just here's my contribution. Well,
child, I'm just, because
let us know what y'all think. And
market value.
I hope what the market bears. If the market bear $2,500, that's what you're gonna pay.
Okay, and I want to say this too,
especially in Florida. Florida's not cheap.
And she may not. We are assuming the entire internet world wide web is assuming that she had a voucher for 106 this whole time. We don't know that.
Yeah.
We don't know that. And it could have been more and it could have been less and it could have been non-existent.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you.
We don't know what her circumstances are. We don't know why this was like. And like I said, she could have been living in a paid for house. She could have been
right. If he's supposed to live there free because it's paid.
A house that she paid for and it's debt free.
What's the difference?
But you're still living there, buddy. So you still have to. What's the problem?
Y'all know Lisa don't believe in that.
And we all know you need a little ass money. So when these folks show their ass, you got some money.
Because baby, I hope she got that.
I hope that was just ass money for her. Yeah, and I ain't mad at it because we see he done showed his ass because it's all on the internet.
I know.
If he didn't have a problem with it, we wouldn't know.
I hope that a homeboy kind of was like, man,
he would have just went on. Yeah, he wouldn't have said anything.
I agree.
So
I want to know. I know I sent you that.
It's a problem. It's problematic. It's problematic. Okay. You know our thoughts.
Okay, but here's my issue. So this has been your girlfriend for 5 years, with whom you've lived for 5 years. Shouldn't you be worried about other stuff?
Well, you would think, but yeah, I don't see the problem. I don't see the problem other than that he has a problem, and that's a problem. Him having a problem is my problem. So I would love to know where this relationship goes, or
Yeah.
if it's going, and hope maybe he's gone. And I feel bad for her now that she didn't have anything. But get another boarder. Baby, I don't know how big the space is or whatever.
But I kind of feel like I don't feel bad. Well, okay, this is where I do hope she saved the money, because it was never a guaranteed thing.
Not a problem. It's just not a problem. Not a problem. You just have to, if it's not your place, you have to pay what your landlord asks of you. That's just how that works. Or you find somewhere cheaper to live if you don't want to.
I guess that's my thing.
Because if it's $2,500 and that was everything included, like if that was his contribution, there was groceries, there was all the amenities, internet, I think that's pretty reasonable.
Top comment by top fan on Facebook. Her name is Rachel Brooks. Shout out to you, girl. He just wanted to live for free. Her rent was $106. His was $2,500.
There you go.
Just like,
that's how that. It's funny how people. I had a friend that owned a gift wrapping shop. This was in Arlington years ago. Fun. It was so beautiful. She did the most gorgeous. And at one point, HGTV had a show, and they would like wrap weird things like bikes and stuff, and she could do all that. But anyway, these gorgeous. You could buy a little bitty cute happy, and she could make it like, ta-da! And one of her friends was like, "Oh, so that gift wrap only cost $250, and that was only, but you're charging." She was like, "Yeah, that's how I stay in business and have a brick and mortar store and pay employees, which is not cheap. The phone bill,
we've both been there, done that.
The internet and all the things. Like people don't understand. They just feel like." It's not worth that. They're not.
And if it's not worth that, move over so that you're not blocking my signage for my customer.
There's a joke my dad tells about a mechanic, and there's a little screw or something on the car, and the screw costs 5 cents, but the bill to do it is $1,000.
Okay.
And so the person's, this was 5 cents. How are you charging me? Because I knew what to do with the screw.
Right.
You didn't know what to do with it. And that, that's it. So this girl has a place to live. Yeah. Evidently, this guy doesn't have one. So for whatever reason, his problem, he didn't do that. And she did.
That's it.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Let us be your wingman.
That's it. I'm tickled by people's anger with this.
I know.
And I'm gonna tell y'all, just food for thought. On the flip side, if the guy had the place and the girl moved in most cases, you are expecting her to pull her weight. And your first thing you're gonna say is,
and that 50-50.
That 50-50 bullshit.
You don't mind that.
And the first thing you're gonna say is, well, I wouldn't ask for $2,500. You're right, but you would expect her to cook, clean, stay wet, organize your life, pay the bills, remind you of this, schedule your haircut. And if you hired an assistant, it would cost you more than $2,500 a month. I guarantee you. Yeah. It would cost you more. So because you don't actually understand what time management costs, y'all are mad.
Because it's a woman.
That's all it is. You're mad that she did it. But if it were a man, they want you to move in and do all of that.
I'm not mad.
At all.
Okay.
Shout out, girl. I hope your money is tight. Right. And just so you know, you should get a high interest savings account. Move that money in little by little. Don't put it all at once.
Know if we will update this. If we find out where she is and what's going on and what the relationship, we'll let you know. But
yeah, and if her name goes out, she'll lose her housing voucher.
Wish her nothing but
the best.
Good things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I hope she buy a house.
And you get you a place.
Get your own place.
Yeah, get your own place. Okay. Let us be your wingman. How about you binge a TV show with her? So maybe there's
Guys,
something.
this is the way to Lisa's heart.
But it would be. But if you have a common interest or there's something that you both kind of want to see, and it's fun to kind of go back, like some of the old stuff, like The Sopranos, like the Godfather trilogy, like, something that passed you by in the past that's critically acclaimed, or that you just, wow, I would love to see that you both want to see.
Yes.
Maybe that would be fun. Or for those living under a rock, or just When Your Jam Bridgerton, or, just something that you want to see. Binge with her. Have it, a weekend where you guys don't have much to do. Like, we're just kind of, nothing sounds good. It's so hot outside. You don't want to go anywhere. And the country's burning up, basically. Okay. But have all her favorite snacks and drinks, and, just Netflix and chill.
Yes.
That would be, and kind of make sure she doesn't have anything planned.
Yeah.
Make sure, just say, are you free? Or what's going on with you?
Yes.
If it's kind of a quiet weekend, just get it all together and surprise her.
Turn the AC down low.
You guys,
comfy blankets.
So romantic.
Yes.
Make sure it's something that she really wants to see, and something that you can stomach too.
Yeah. Yeah.
That you both are into.
I'm going to tell you guys, it works. So not this year, but last year for my birthday, Lisa had been trying to convince me to watch Game of Thrones, to no avail. Everyone tried to convince me. And the person I was dating at the time, that's what he did. He was like, no, give me 3 spoilers. I'm like, 3, which spoilers don't really bother me. So it wasn't like, no, it's just like, I don't want to. First spoiler, I'm like, what's going to happen to this little boy? What happens? And so then he's like, well, okay, my second spoiler is going to be him when he's grown up. Well, of course, now I want to know, because if you've seen Game of Thrones, episode 1, I think, where he falls, 1 or 2, boy falls out of this tower. Is pushed, right? And the reason he's pushed is scandalous, and it's a whole situation. So now I'm like, what happens to this little boy? Like, is he going to die? So then I see the little boy as an adult, and then I'm like, well, what happens to his sister? Like, just those 3 spoilers of Game of Thrones
are the best. Because if you were watching Game of Thrones back in the day, it was like 2 years in between,
which
the
it makes sense because it's
so
believable.
involved, and so But if you can do it all now, how fun!
And even like Game of Thrones, because the episodes are so lengthy. If you did it, it's okay. We're gonna watch season 1 because you can't watch all of it. Yeah. There's not enough hours. Yeah. But if you're like, we're gonna watch season 1. That is romantic.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe they told you they used to love Harry Potter. Get all the little Harry Potter snacks, do the stuff. Yeah. Come on, cue it up.
Well, and then that gives you a continuing date. So every 6 weeks or something, you guys can have a Netflix and chill night, which would be
This is the way to my heart. This is the way. Fun. I have to admit, this is the way to my heart. That's romantic. Yeah. Like, let's cuddle in the AC, because y'all know Texas.
Don't tell us we never.
Listen, we've
told you
on.
anything.
Yes,
we're hipping y'all to
invite us to the wedding.
All the secrets.
Yes, every secret. Okay, loves. Thank you all for pulling up a chair and joining us for coffee. Please subscribe to Are You Free for Coffee podcast wherever you are listening. We hope that you enjoyed today's episode and find joy in the little things.
Thanks,
Until next
guys.
time.